All right, good morning, good evening, good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, citizens of the world. This is Pastor Dow. I just recently had this article handed to me by one of the watchmen here on the community, Elder Douglas Becker. And when I saw the headlines, I kind of like, what in the world is going on now? But I'm going to read you portions of this article right here so you can see, because I can guarantee you, you're not going to hear this in the mainstream news media no matter what. But the headline says, and I want you to see, I want to see if I can get this camera to make it out. Look what it says. All banks notified by Department of Homeland Security of unannounced warrantless looting of anyone's personal bank account. You hear that? Or safe deposit boxes. And this is dated the 2nd of February 2011. And it reads, and I'm going to read it to you. I mean, it's getting bad, brothers and sisters. Let me read it to you. It says, according to an in-house memo now circulating, the Department of Homeland Security has issued orders to banks across America, which announced them that under the Patriot Act, the Department of Homeland Security has the absolute right to seize without any warrant whatsoever any and all customer bank accounts, to make periodic and unannounced visits to the bank to open and inspect the contents of selected safe deposit boxes. Further, the Department of Homeland Security shall, at the discretion of the agent supervising the search, remove, photographs, or seize as evidence any of the following items: gold bars. Did y'all hear that? Gold bars. Bar golds, gold coins, firearms, and any kind unless manufactured prior to 1878. Documents such as passports or foreign bank account records, pornography, or any other material that in the opinion of the agent shall be deemed to be of a contraband nature. Can you imagine that? Gold bars is considered contraband nature. I'm trying to tell you. Let me read some more. It gets better. The Department of Homeland Security memo also states that banks are informed that any bank employee on any level that releases improper classified Department of Homeland Security information to any member of the public, to include the customers whose boxes have been clandestinely opened and inspected, or any other party, to include members of the media, and further, that the posting of any such information on the internet will be grounds for the immediate termination and said employee or employees and their prosecution under the Patriot Act. If people have their emergency money in a safe deposit box or an account in a bank that closes, they would not be allowed into the bank to get it out. They can knock on the door and beg to get it, but the sheriff's department or whoever is handling the closure will simply say no, because they are just following orders. Deposit box and account holders are not warned of the hazards of banking when they sign up. It is not until they need to get their cash or valuables out in a hurry that they find themselves in trouble. See, now they give you the first part, but they're trying to inform us even more on the second part. It gets better. Let's listen. It's my first time reading it, so that's why I'm up here close, because I want to get a good recording. It's my first time reading the article as I'm sitting here reading it to you, so I haven't had a chance to scan this thing, okay? Rules governing access to a safe deposit box and money held in accounts are written into the charter, or the charter, of each bank. The charter is the statement of policy under which the bank is allowed by the government to do business. These rules are subject to change at any time by faceless bureaucrats who are unanswerable to no one. They can be changed without notice and without agreement of the people and against their will. People can complain, but no one will care, because this is small potatoes compared to the complaints that will be voiced when the executive order that governs national emergency is enforced. That order allows the suspension of habeas corpus and all rights guaranteed under the Bill of Rights. And I probably need to do a video to try to inform us what habeas corpus is, just like I did under the military-industrial complex. A look at the fine print of the contract signed when a safety deposit box is open reveals that the essence the signer has given to the bank whatever property he has put into the deposit box. When times are good, people will be allowed open access to their safety deposit box and the property that is in it. This also applies to their bank accounts. But when times get really bad, as is, it's getting ready to get here in this country, and it's already that way right now. That's why I keep telling you that Obama or any of our politicians, especially any of these so-called law enforcement agencies here in America, are in no position whatsoever to try to give any type of instructions to the people in Egypt or in Ireland or Greece or Spain. The people are doing what is necessary in order to obtain their human rights, because these people are not treating you as humans. You people have got to the point now that you don't even know who the enemy is no more. And then those of us who are warning and trying to keep you informed and keep you on the cutting edge of what's really truly going on, now all of a sudden we're the enemies, and then you let the government go scot-free. But that's all right. That's all right. But you're going to find out how benevolent and how loving and kind and so protective your government is of you. Let me go on and finish reading this man's article. But when times get really bad, many may find that the funds that they have placed on deposit in their property they thought was secure and in safe deposit box now belongs to the bank and not to them. Although this was probably not explained to them when they signed their signature card, this is what they are agreeing to. During the Great Depression in the early 1930s, people thought that many banks were going to fail. They were afraid that they will lose their money, so they went in mass to take it out in what is known as run on the banks. The government closed the banks to protect them from angry depositors who wanted their money back. Throughout history, governments have acted to protect the interests of the banks and the wealthy people who own them, not the interests of the depositors or the box holders. In a time of emergency, people will have no recourse if access to their safe deposit box and bank accounts is denied. If they are keeping money in a bank that will be needed in an emergency or in a time when credit is no longer free-flowing, they may not be able to get it out of the bank. The emergency may occur at night or on a weekend or a holiday when the bank is closed. The solution is to take emergency cash or valuables out of safe deposit box or the bank account and secure them somewhere else, like in a home safe, or even better idea may be to close the safe deposit box account, and that I agree with that 100%. You don't keep any money in the bank or any boxes. Get it out to where you have it around your person, or either an undisclosed location to where you and just only one other person know where it is for your own protection. So that way you can protect what the banks are not, or neither do they tell you that they're going to protect. And even better idea is to be close to a safe deposit account completely, letting someone else entertain the illusion of safety. Americans have learned a few things since the Great Depression. They are now, okay, now listen to this. I'm going to slow this down for a second. They now have listen to this, FDIC. Now, I haven't read any further, but if you have money in the bank and you're trusting in a bankrupt country, that the only solution we have to all of our answers is to print more money out of thin air, you are a fool, and you deserve to lose everything you got. And that's the truth. Americans have learned a few things since the Great Depression. They now have the FDIC to liquidate any failed banks. The FDIC promises to set up a series of dates and times when safe deposits box renters can access their box by appointment to remove their property and surrender their keys. The FDIC also promises to mail all bank customers an announcement of the dates of such events and include a question and answer page that addresses the safe deposit box access. The people who have the FDIC to give them back the money they had on deposit that they were unable to get out of any failed bank that carries FDIC insurance. Sheila Blair, head of the FDIC, promises that the depositors' money will be available in 24 hours or less. But people should remember that the FDIC is just another bureaucracy, and it's probably best not to rely on any bureaucracy in an emergency. The same holds true for food storage facilities. Do not put anything or any valuables or non-replaceable in any bank or food storage facilities. Now, I agree with that 100%. That's why I keep talking about self-sufficiency. You see, our system has lured you to sleep, wowed you to sleep and stuff to get you to give carte blanche, just total trust in them. As a matter of fact, many of you trust more in the American government and the American system than you do the Almighty himself, and you are a fool, a literal fool. This is submitted by SAD in America on Thursday, the 2nd of February, the 3rd of February, 2011 at 12:54 p.m. This is sad. And that's the reason why, as soon as I've got it in my hand, I thought I'd come on here and do my duty and my job to inform you as the people, because all this does is confirm what I've told you over the years again and again and again. Get your money out of the banks. I don't understand why you think an unjust system, which is satanically inspired, I don't understand why you people just automatically just believe everything they say, hinge on every word that the news media says, and all this grandstanding that they're doing and this showboating that they're doing and stuff. And I mean, why do you trust these people? Why? Is it that you're that mind numb? You're that spiritually and naturally retarded that you can't even see the forest for the trees? It's been time to wake up. These people are not for you. Your government is not for you. That's the truth. And you need to understand that. Wake up. It's time. I told you. Get your money out of the bank, all of it. And that's amazing. You know, I'm going to go back to that part again if I can find it here real quick. You know what they call contraband nature. Let me read this paragraph again. Further, the Department of Homeland Security shall, at the discretion of the agent supervising the search, remove, photographs, or seize as evidence any of the following items. And the number one item is bar gold, gold coins, firearms, and any such and any kind of unless manufactured prior to 1878 documents such as passports or foreign bank account records or pornography or any material that in the opinion of the agent shall be deemed to be of a contraband nature. Now, it's amazing how they want the gold and the guns. Is that not amazing? Is that not amazing? What are they telling you? What are they telling you? Well, I told you there's going to be a bank holiday and a bank run is coming. But your people need to make the run on the banks before the government makes his run on you.